When you hear that sound, what comes to your mind? For many people, it's the blue blur himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. No matter your age, no matter when you started playing video games, you've probably played a Sonic game somewhere along the way. Maybe you played his original Genesis games. Maybe you came around in the Sonic and Friends era in the early aughts. Perhaps you first met Sonic recently in TV show format via Sonic Boom. Or you could be the unfortunate soul who found Sonic kissing a girl on Xbox 360. Regardless, you've likely played or at least seen where the blue blur began on the Sega Genesis. However, that wasn't the only version of the very first Sonic game. Sega knew they had a hit in the making on their hands, and while they were prepared to bundle Sonic in with the system to move hardware, they didn't want to leave their other aging systems in the dust. Today, we'll be looking at the Sonic you don't remember. The Sonic Time Forgot, the final game released in North America for the at the time 6-year-old Sega Master System. Could a Sonic game be worth playing on hardware from 1985? Let's find out. Enter Ancient. Sega hired this new company to develop Sonic for the Game Gear and Master System. Realizing they could never fully mimic the graphics and speed of the Sega Genesis on the ancient hardware of the Master System, they instead opted to develop an entirely different game. Of course, the basics of Sonic needed to remain, with a focus on speed, platforming, and ring collecting as you try and reach the end of each zone's multiple levels and defeat Dr. Robotnik's robot boss that awaited you. Ancient took a look at what the Master System could do and made a smart decision as they built their version of Sonic. As much as the Genesis game was about speed, the Master System just wouldn't be able to keep up. As such, the game is designed much closer to a traditional 2D platformer, and while Sonic is certainly not slow, you won't be reaching the dizzying speeds of the Genesis version. In fact, if you try and roll around at the speed of sound, you'll find Sonic can't stick around and moves off screen. The game breaks until you reach the end of the stage. Instead of going fast, as you traverse the game's 6 levels, precision platforming and exploration are encouraged over speed. Moving methodically through the stages and exploring every nook and cranny will help you get additional rings, as well as the 6 Chaos Emeralds you will need to get the good ending for the game. As a result, each stage is exceedingly well thought out and plays great. Once you're past the first zone, each new level changes the formula in some new way that makes you play differently. From the scrolling level in the bridge zone, the entirely vertical level in the jungle zone, or the maze-like structure of the labyrinth level, each of the 6 levels are great fun to explore and master. As you initially only have 3 lives to beat these 6 levels, you'll want to do everything in your power to increase your odds of victory. To do so, you'll want to collect as many rings as you can. If you can collect 100 in a single level, you'll get another life. If you can collect 50 when you finish the level, you are taken to a secret level where you bounce around like a ball in a pinball machine collecting rings, and you can find continues in these levels to help when you run out of lives. Rings are truly your lifeblood. If you hold any rings when you take damage, you will simply lose all of them instead of die. If you are hit with no rings, you will die and start from a checkpoint. Be wary, however, as unlike the Genesis version, if you are hit there is no opportunity to recollect your rings. Additionally, boss stages have no rings available at all, meaning you must be perfect on every single boss. After the initial Green Hill Zone, the difficulty ramps up pretty significantly, with lots of little mistakes you can make resulting in quick and painful deaths. This is often regarded as one of the easier Sonic games out there, but my understanding is that the difficulty is scaled back on the Game Gear version of the game, which is otherwise identical to the Master System version. I personally found the game to be quite difficult and harder than the Genesis offering. Some of that difficulty can be attributed to the technical shortcomings of the game, with frequent slowdown resulting in unresponsive controls and feeling like you're not actually in control of Sonic. Now, I feel like I should explain slowdown a bit here. Every game has a frame rate target, or the number of frames the game will display per second. In the case of Sonic, the game is targeting 60 frames per second. When everything is working, a game running at 60 will feel tight and responsive. However, if a game is unable to maintain that, there are 2 options on how to proceed. Most games today either simply push an incomplete frame or skip the frame, resulting in choppy and unstable looking video and less responsive controls. But 1 second still means 1 second. What Sonic does is it insists on continuing to render each and every frame, resulting in the entire game slowing down so that 1 second might actually take 3 when the system is being pushed too hard. This can remove immersion, make controls unresponsive, and really alter the feel of the game, While this wasn't exactly uncommon on the Master System, it really rears its head here. It's not enough to ruin the experience, and once the game gets back on track, it continues to play great, sound great for the era, and is truly an incredible swan song for the North American Master System. Because it was the last game released in the United States for the Master System, today it's an immensely expensive game, with complete copies going for over $600. My copy is a European one, which goes for a much more affordable $40 and will play on North American systems. Compounding the price issue is that this version of Sonic has been largely wiped from the record. The last officially released version was for the Wii Virtual Console in 2008, but that is no longer purchasable, leaving 2004's Sonic Mega Collection Plus for the PS2 and Xbox as the most recent way to play the game officially. And that was with the Game Gear version being a hidden unlockable. Sonic on the Master System may not be exactly what you look for in a Sonic game, but what's there is worth your time to explore the alternative origins to the series. It's a shame that this version of Sonic appears to have been left to collect dust by Sega, as what's here is something special for 1991. With the upcoming Sonic Origins collection appearing to omit the 8-bit Sonic era, I hope this isn't the last we ever see of Ancient's outstanding effort to bring Sonic to the masses.